Okay, I think we are live. Let's just make sure that we are live. Doesn't pick this up. It hasn't picked this up yet, but we should be picked up soon enough. See, everything's running. So this is the game of Mr. Scribbles and Lipistu. It is Born Z Scream versus Now Slip Sink Ships it is. Oops. It is the break. There we go. It is the tiebreaker between these two teams for today. Whoever wins, their team goes through. We will be joined by a guest a bit later. Let's look at how we got here. So it's e4, e5, knight f3, knight fc6, and he started with knight c3. Instead of the normal bishop b5 or bishop c4, Black just played the normal bishop c5, falling for the old trick. So the question now is bishop takes f2 a move here? I believe it is a move. I looked at the couple lines a month ago, but I believe bishop takes is. It's not very good for black. I think it's still better for white. Not a line I've seen many times from the white side. I mean, black normally doesn't go for it. And here we have exactly that line. One point to note is that queen g5 would have run into knight f3, blocking the attack. And I see my stream should not be picked up in light chess for some reason. Let's see. Does that real life? We are live. So I don't know why light chess doesn't pick it up. But as I was saying, this is the tiebreaker between Born Z Scheme and Now Slip Sink Ships. Just saying to the chat that I'm streaming this game live. Will it be a matchmaker or a deal breaker? And I'm going to give them the link just so we can have some people maybe into our stream. Okay, so white is going to have to manually castle now, but he gets into turn. He gets a very nice pawn center. Black right now, and he also gets the two bishops. Black right now has to decide how he wants to develop, facing this big pawn center and the space advantage that comes with it. I believe probably the best place for his knight is on c6, and then, if possible, knight f6 and castle. White probably wants to play something like bishop c4, bishop e2, rook f1, and then castle. Is black contemplating something like queen f3 check? Queen f6 check. That might be quite a good idea. But Queen f6 check, where does the white king go? He will have probably the most desirable option. I don't know so much option. Sorry about that. But the thing is, with the king going to g3, this poor guy gets imprisoned. How does he get out? Yes, somebody's asking whether we'll see an interview after the game. I shall ask whoever wins if they will attend, but I cannot guarantee. So far, most of the players have said yes. Most people have come to a stream and did talk to us. Some of them have given us fantastic insight into their game as well. I'm also going to have a guest which is supposed to be. Sorry about that. We will also have a guest that's supposed to come at 6 o'clock. Somebody just sending me a lot of WhatsApps at the same time. I did put my phone off, but I don't know why. So he decided not to go for the bishop after the queen f6 check. I thought it was quite promising. Now g6. Why is that good at all? Why can't white not just play bishop d3, go on with his plan, bishop d3, rook f1, and king g8, or g1? I see no reason and claim that he has a massive advantage. Actually, he still might need to look after the queen f6 check, so maybe bishop e2 right now. Bishop e2, queen f6, bishop d3. Queen f6 check, and then bishop e3 blocking the check. We would love to have our bishop on d3, but maybe safety is the key here. I really starting to think that Mr. Scribbles has come out of the opening quite comfortably. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Scribbles is one of the mods in the at Lightchess 4545. He is a mod at the TV channel. I see Mr. Scribbles is contemplating bishop c4, and he thinks it looks illogical. So he does not fear the queen f6 check. Why not? I mean, with the knight now on g6, the dark squares. So he goes for it. Let's just see what happens after queen f6 check. I would be really worried. Obviously, king g3 is just sad. King e3, any one of these three squares. I'm not so sure if I would like it. Oh, I see. What he says is, after queen f6 check, he plans to play, he is planning to interpose with his own queen. After knight attacking the queen, he then takes, black recaptures, but does white really want to exchange too many pieces and go to endgame? Isn't his advantage exactly that he's got more space, better development? Why would you want to go into an endgame? I know his king is not going to be very safe for g1. I would rather keep building these two pawns. Let me just do this. These two pawns gives white a nice spatial advantage. Space means you don't want to exchange. If you don't exchange, the black pieces will start falling over each other, maybe get trapped, and maybe you can get lucky and win one of them. So that is why I would think that white would not want to exchange. Black has the option of exchanging right now. The queens. I think that's what I would have gone for right now. Oh, of course, and we also missed that queen check. If white blocks, is kaboom. Does d4 not just hang with check? I really think that queen f6 check is a very strong move here. Sorry, it's people who believe that they can just interrupt me all the time. I hope that you guys are not hearing those sounds. Let me know in the chat if those sounds are bothering you. I can't see the chat. Somebody tells me that Mr. Scribbles is no longer a mod. He is a ex-mod. Sorry, I must just say sorry. I thought the comments would come up on my phone, but it does not. I am using two devices at the moment. So I'm looking for my camera, my mic, and the comments on my phone, and then the screen on my computer. As I was saying, I really believe that queen f6 check here may just turn the tide a bit. I'm not so sure that but he went for d6. But that just allows white to continue with his plan, bring out the rook, and be ready to go into the corner. Put baby in the corner. And then, see, with this game, I must say, is turning every single move. Put baby in the corner. And then white again is going places. Yes. We've exchanged only one set of minor pieces, so the spatial advantage must be important. I really don't see how these things are not scaring black. Playing the rook here, right now, if knight f6, bishop g5. These moves, I must say, are somewhat of an enigma to me. Is there anything that white would consider other than rook f1? I cannot think so. I see a lot of people in the comments are touting for knight h6. But okay, now obviously it is white's move. So if rook here, knight h6, don't we just go on with our plan, put the king in the corner, and where's that knight going? White can take it whenever he likes. And just break up the black pawn structure. I don't know. If you're not going to play the knight on f6, then surely you're going to play it to e7. You are connecting your two knights, and you're still getting ready to castle. I don't see the point of, because the whole idea of either putting the knight or the bishop on g5 really does not take matters so far. Wouldn't white still be able to play queen d1 or queen e1? Even better, queen e1. Oh wow! Insta. insta queen attacks. But black has got so many ways to deal with the threat. I mean, black can easily defend like this, like this, like this. There are so many ways to deal with that threat. I don't understand why white was in such a hurry to do it. Let's see what happens if black plays knight f6, blocking this attack and threatening this. We should note that after this move may be a bit of a problem because he would just take on f6, attacking the queen anyway. So knight f6 is a way of defending. Queen e7 is a way of defending. Then you'll have the nice, interesting move of bishop g5. You'll have the nice, interesting move of bishop g5, trying to distract the queen. But does that work? Queen takes g5, queen takes f7 check, and then the d8 square becomes available. So it does actually, after queen e7, bishop g5 does not work. I see people are talking in the commentary about the stream. Hello, you guys. Yes. And then finally, we will get to the move which everybody in the commentary thinks is the best, queen f6. It forces the exchange of queens. And I do not know whether it favors white. I actually think it favors black. I think queen f6, forcing the exchange of queens, going into an endgame, even though white probably is still slightly better. Yes, he did play queen f6. I think white is probably still slightly better, but he definitely does not have as big an advantage as I think he would have had if he had kept the pieces on the board. The spatial advantage is much less felt when there are less pieces on the board. It's simple geometry. When you start pushing, the more people you have in a room, the smaller space, the more congested they are. The less you have, the less congestion they are. So I believe that black played the right move, playing queen f6 after the forced exchange of queens. I think white is still slightly better, having a little bit more space, having two bishops. And just to point out this little bit of space and the two bishops, maybe we should make them yellow. White is still slightly better, but I do not think it is material. Some people are suggesting white should try bishop g5 right now, trying to distract the queen. But we said earlier on, that distraction is not so good because I think black can just take, and queen check is not made because the d8 square is available. And there are no further checks thereafter. It's just a piece. So I don't think bishop g5 is going to work. Just to note that if white does play a developing move here, you will have to consider queen takes d4 check. But I think that's, in fact, that is quite forceful because you do not have time to interpose the bishop because black thereafter takes the piece and defends f7, the weak f7. So I see nothing better than exchanging queens, giving black some development. And as we said, we still think that it is slightly better for white. Black's got excellent drawing chances there. Thanks for the supports, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Lee Chess, specifically for telling everybody that to subscribe to my channel. That is fantastic. I appreciate that. That it is fun. I just wish I knew who Lee Chess was. Spelled L-E-E Chess. If you would tell me who you are, I would appreciate it. But I do appreciate that. Let's see. Yes, Mr. Scribbles in the chat has realized that D4 is a bit vulnerable whilst Vakils is still around, and I think he's seriously considering taking on F6, which we have decided was the only move. Why? And yet he plays knight B5, and instantly black exchanges on F3. Okay, so now I see. So if C7, oh, that is actually a nice tactic. I'm sorry, I can't believe I missed it. He's threatening both pawns. So how can black defend both or counterattack? Is there a way? That was fantastic tactic. Shoo, how did I miss that? And suddenly white's advantage does look shoo. Shows you. Sometimes these guys see tactics that we don't see. Both threats are serious. And maybe, just maybe, queen takes queen check was just overplayed, and maybe queen e7 should have been considered a little bit longer. Right now, I am stumped for defense for white. Those two pawns are just too far apart. Yeah, black just underestimated and pre-moved, underestimated knight b5 and pre-moved queen takes queen check. He was so eager to get those queens off. Mr. Scribbles seems to believe that the immediate d5 does do something for black. I am not so sure, because knight c7 check, at very least he can take 2 pawns. I mean, king d8 must be better than that, and just giving up on the f7 pawn. Surely that must be better. Knight coming to c7 with check is just too dangerous, absolutely too dangerous. We cannot allow that. I think of the 2 threats. That one, the c7 threat is much. So it's a sad move. But probably king d8 is the only move I can see. GCHF in his message. Okay, GCHF. Thank you, Jess. I do. He plays king d7. We'll get to that now. I'm just trying to see. I don't. Oh, there's Jess. I see Jess. Okay, hi Jess from Mexico. Thank you, firstly. King d7, but why does he block his own light squared bishop? Or does he's very eager to play c6 and b5. He believes that he's going to get his bishop out on this diagonal to a6. Yes, Jess also says, okay, king d8 is the best, and king d7, I don't. I see Jess also agrees with me in the chat that king d7 is not what he would have played. I see. We have a guest who's going to be joining us soon. It is one of my students, and I'm going to put her in now. Yes, I'm going to put her in 5 minutes. Go sit. Go get ready. Okay, she will get ready, and then I'm gonna join her. I told her to join us at 6 o'clock, so she will be joining us, and we will be discussing the position. Okay, maybe I should just tell the chat. Having a guest 2 minutes. Okay, and then obviously after the game, I'm going to ask whoever wins the game if they are willing to come and join us. We don't ask the losers for obvious reasons. They not too keen to join us. Okay, I'm okay. Let's go. I'm adding. Okay, hi Megan, can you hear us? Finally, yes. Hello Megan. Say welcome to everybody.
Welcome,
okay, please. BRB. Okay, that was sorry. That's Tina. Let me just take her off again. She was not. She says finally, but I see she's not ready. Okay, there she is. Okay, hello, Megan. Are you now ready with us?
Yes, I just closed my door. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. We are say hello to everybody from the stream. Megan is one of my students from Team Ludo. She represented our region in the regional as in the girls under 14 18, and she's going to join us today, and she's going to listen to the commentary. Say hello to the stream, Megan.
Hello, everyone. So I'm just looking at the position of the game.
Yes, sorry, I did start a bit early because the game I was going to stream started a half an hour earlier, and as you see, White has just won a pawn on f7. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought you just moved there.
No, this is the game. They moved this, and they just took the pawn there.
That one rook.
Yes, that poor rook is so. It is so dead there. It's nowhere to be seen. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be there in for a long time. And the point is, Megan, you would like to play something like knight attacks the bishop, but then if White wants to, you can just take it. Okay.
Let me bring in that one rook on that. I can't see what file it is.
Okay, are you talking for black? Are you talking for White or for black?
For White.
Yes, this rook here on H1.
No, other rook. Other one.
This
A.
one. Yes. The A rook. Yes, we would just have to move the bishop, and if that rook can come in the game, yeah, it's a good point that Megan made. White only has one move to play, and then the rooks are flying, whereas the black pieces are still in their starting blocks. I mean, that is. Megan, I'm going to ask you if you can, because I can't, and except for sitting still, I know you're still trying to get yourself sorted, but if you can read this, if you can be in charge of reading the chat. I don't know if you can see the chat. Can you see the chat?
Let me see if my phone can first turn, and I'll try. See
okay, because
on the bottom of the screen.
There are people saying hello to you in the chat. I have to go to a different screen to go and see hello to the chat. Okay, getting back to the game, which is where we are.
There we go.
Okay, good. So you've got it. So you must just make sure that
just see.
Okay, I can't see on. Okay, I can't see it here, but you must just keep an eye on that as well. So your job is also to do that. So let's get back to the position, madam.
All right.
Okay, so as you can see, White is a pawn up, is better developed, and has the two bishops. So I think we can say that White is probably winning. What do you think?
Yes, he just played there. Okay.
Yeah, he just played knight.
We can tell.
So let's just see. He played knight e7. He's trying to get that rook out, which you were so lamenting there.
Okay. What does the chat say about the pawn push?
Yes, I was immediately also thinking the pawn push, making ideas of my. Well, it's also what we think, but I would first would we not Yes, I see in the chat, they also think that d5, or everybody seems to think that d5 just feels crashy. That king
All I
starts
got
feeling.
is hi Megan.
Yes, that's
That's
the
my
last.
last.
Yes, but I'm also
Yeah.
looking at the on the other chat, and they say d5, and also your immediate reaction was d5, with the idea of maybe someday going for bishop e6 check. Also, there's what is the first rule I always teach my students about when you are winning? What is the first rule?
Some less pieces, less worries.
There we go. Less pieces, less worries. So we must look at maybe exchanging pieces with white. Less pieces, less worries. Although white has got such an advantage here, but still, I would really consider just d5, check, and if need be, take there or take there. Less pieces, less worries. Any other move? Any other move would be maybe bringing some development like bishop g5, so we can still do less pieces, less worries. Just simplify the position. If chat has any questions for us, you can put it in the chat. We've got now somebody, a manager, who's looking at the chat.
I'm only looking at the one on my phone.
Yes, I'm looking at the other one. That's fine, Michael. Okay. Any other ideas? Look, I think it's clear. White must be winning.
I say we push. How many people say push?
Yes, I think most people want pushing in the center. Yes, if you agree with Megan that d5 is the move here, tell us in the chat that you think that d5 is the move.
Spam yes. Spam yes.
Yes, and there are people who are calling out for h4, threatening to chase the knight.
h4 can just. Oh, never mind that.
Okay, Mr. Scribbles goes for bishop g5, just developing, connecting his rooks, and now.
Wait a second.
Now the rooks can come in as well. So whenever we like, any one of our bishops can exchange for any one of the knights. Something that we must just not forget, that if, Megan, are you with me? Megan?
Yes. I thought you were playing.
No, I'm not playing. I'm just commentating. If this bishop's exchange for a knight, can you tell me what interesting situation if this bishop takes this knight, what interesting situation we would have been in. Something to do with a position about this and that.
Opposite colored bishops.
Yes, opposite colored bishops. And opposite colored bishops, as we understand, it favors the attacker in the middle game, and it helps for a draw in the end game. But black immediately pushed here. So what black is trying to do is push b5 and bring this bishop out to this square. But as we said, the moment black played, what? Oh wow, what a tactic. This happened too fast. Can you see that, Megan? Bishop e6 check.
Oh, fork.
Yes,
I can see a
that
fork.
is. Yeah, so if king takes on e6, then knight c5, c7 check. But does it end there is the question, because king takes, knight check, king moves, knight takes, and does the knight get out? It looks it does, because this square, the knight's going to come out on this square. But then again, what happens if king just moves to c6? He doesn't have to take, remember? What happens if king comes
to? But what if we play pawn push check then?
Then doesn't he take the point is, if he had come to c6, because pawn push check, then he takes the knight. So maybe king c6 was a way out. Why are these players? See what I tell you, Megan? They shouldn't be playing so fast. King c6 may have. Did they really consider king c6 attacking the knight?
Most
not
likely
really.
not.
Yeah, they were playing too fast there. And now,
The position we are currently. And
okay, king d8, and
well, now
now
he just moved into a knight pin.
and now, oh yes, into the pin of his knight, correct. But the point is that he's also attacking. He's attacking the bishop and the knight. So white. But what I would do is, what would I tell you to do? What's the first rule?
Less pieces is worries.
Exactly. Bishop takes bishop, less pieces slips worries. And please note he does not have time to take here because he takes here with an in-between move. Can you see that?
Oh, yes. Give me a sec. I know
So,
chat.
So king takes is now probably the thing. I think
never
just
duel with Mr. Scribble's game.
Never dull. No, dull. It's D-U-L.
Oh.
I think your screen is a bit small. Yes, your screen is a bit small. Yes, Mr. Scribbles does not play. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
does
just say
not
to the,
play game.
Yeah, it was a touch of, in the they think that they thought that it was a bit optimistic by Mr. Scribbles to think that we will take it. Okay. I'm just telling the chat there are 14 spectators in the game. I'm just going to
oh, wrong way. My screen's always
okay. Yes. So as we said, I think king takes is the only real move because that's the only move that does not lose a pawn. Can you see that? So
and I
think he has to.
Okay. Now he has the option of either moving his knight or maybe like taking the pawn with check or taking his knight.
Yeah, but not taking the pawn with check because if you take the pawn with check, then the pawn will take back.
Yeah.
So I think moving the knight back or taking a knight is the best, but probably moving the knight is just the easiest, simplest way. Taking the pawn with check loses a piece for a pawn. Taking this pawn, he will take. So, and I see no big. This is just putting. Again, this is just putting the knight on the rim.
Knight on the rim is dumb.
Exactly. So we don't think that is where the knight should go. I don't think that is where the knight should go. So I believe that knight c3 is probably the best. And alternatively, as you said, bishop takes knight, just going for less pieces, less worries. But because black will have to take like this, taking like this, just breaking his pawn structure is probably not what he wants.
Okay.
If you were black, what would you? Okay, let's say white plays, and you were black. What would you play?
What would I play?
There, not just been played. As we expected, it does go back. So what do we think?
Try and get my army together, maybe.
Yes, and also another thing is with black, I don't really want to exchange pieces because one of the rules is when you're winning, less pieces, less worries.
When you're losing, don't exchange. Only pawns.
Only pawns. When you're losing, you exchange pawns. So what we would like to do is play the knight here, threatening the pawn and avoiding the exchange. So that's what I think I would play here immediately. Pushing here is not, it's just going to allow my knight to come in some way. So I think knight c6, avoiding the exchange and get the pieces towards at least threatening. The one thing, especially when there's time trouble, knights are good when they are time trouble because people very often miss a fork. So that's why I think knight c6 is what I would have played. What would you have played?
Right now, I would play the exact same. I would play knight c3.
Knight c6, you mean?
Oh wait, which side are you talking about?
For black. Knight c3 has already been played for white. It is now black to play. So what would you play for black?
Well, also looking at what we're up and what they up.
They're pawn up.
Yeah, they have a knight. We have a bishop.
That's a very good observation. Yeah, that's a good observation. They do have a bishop which is slightly more favorable for them, but still.
I would try maybe like.
So he does play knight
I would
c6.
have pushed maybe. I would have
What
pushed
are you
like
pushed? H6, but then he just exchanges, and we don't really want to exchange. Now we've got pressure.
Oh, now we have a tag.
Yes, and the point is, if king comes here, maybe if a king comes to defend, then we've got this trick of attacking the bishop. And where's the bishop going? The bishop gets trapped. No, not seriously,
Yeah.
not completely. So if a king defends now, you will attack it. The only square is here, but then knight takes. I know we don't want to exchange, but if we can exchange, he takes, and now our knight takes the pawn. Material is even, and this. Therefore, white has to do something about this. Can't be escaped. So, what would you play for white?
What would I play? Maybe defend my bishop. Oh, we got a message in this chat.
Okay.
Yes. Someone says yes. H6. Get the pawn back.
Yeah, but that's if the king goes forward. Yeah. So it's white's move right now. What would you play for white right now to defend the pawn?
I would say my A rook to defend
That's
it. Maybe.
Exactly. Perfect answer, Michael. Let's bring everybody to the party. Hey. And the point also is
what
that
does the chat say?
We'll see that. Okay, I see the chat also thinks of knight e2. I'm not so fond of that. I want to bring everybody to the party. That knight might just go to d5 just now. I would rather play rook a to d1, defending the pawn. Let's bring, as we say, bring everybody to the party.
Yeah, and that rook is doing nuts. If anyone can tell me what that rook is doing, I would be impressed.
Yes. Okay,
except for the word nothing.
Yes, Mr. Scribbles somehow also plays that, and instantly, I don't know why these players play so fast, instantly, black plays.
Okay, now the rook has a duty.
Yes, but it's such a stupid duty, it's not really. Isn't there, now just if we go back one move, can I just point something out to you? If the rook had come to d1, defending here, this move would have had no effect because we would have prepared to double our rooks and defend laterally. But now, moving a piece again, that would have been such an easy way to defend. So now, the only real way to defend this pawn, the only real is bringing the h rook to defend. Because if you play d3, attacking the what does black play?
He has to move his knight. He can attack our rook and our pawn, though. The chat by you is saying rook c1.
Yeah, that is the correct move. Rook h to c1. But what is wrong with c3? Can you spot the problem with c3? It's a fork. It gives us the square. Knight c d3. It checks and we win the pawn back. You see what I mean by knights are sometimes very. Yeah. So the only way to protect this pawn.
The time control.
Yeah.
I will still be able to I'll be calculating longer than you guys
Yes.
would think in chat.
Yeah.
I bet you guys
These
can't estimate how long I will take to think.
Yeah, Megan, I must say that's one thing about Megan. Even when she's under extreme pressure in the game, she still thinks about every move, even no matter how simple, how obvious it seems.
Oh,
She thinks about her moves, and then she takes her time, which is
even
a
in 3
fantastic.
minutes.
Yes,
If I
okay.
have 3 minutes, I'll take 2 minutes to calculate one move.
Yeah, she does do
It's hilarious.
overthink
Don't forget to do
sometimes.
your puzzle storms.
Okay, yes, guys. Yeah, that is one thing. If you want to improve your chess, do puzzles. And Megan likes puzzle storms. I like the slower puzzles. But Megan and the younger guys, they really do like the puzzle storms. It's definitely the way to go. Do it every day on leeches, and you will improve. But okay, so we said that C3 just loses the. Let me just get a red arrow here. And the point is that even if he then attacks the knight can come back. He gets the C4 square and B5. And then the game is turned on his head again. So the only move I can see is rook here. And as we said, but let's just, we can't even go here because when he takes here, we do not have time to trap the knight because it comes with tempo against the rook. So the only move is.
Can I just say something?
Yes, madam.
By the way, guys, since I've stopped doing these puzzle storms, I'm feeling a lot more relaxed when I'm playing very fast chess. You should try it. Trust me, it works. Now message in chat. Hello, phone. Thank you.
Yes, I saw it.
A3 also.
Yeah, let's look at A3. I did it because the point is, if knight takes, white can play, attack the knight, and then where's the knight going?
A3, knight takes C2, then rook C1. The knight is trapped. Message. Yeah, I just read a message.
Yes, that's what. Oh, I see it is there as well. So that is also an option.
I didn't say. I just read that, Daddy.
That's fine. You can read. That's good. Okay. So we've found. Thank you for the chat for help for pointing out that A3 is the other option. To tell you, okay.
Whoa.
A3 played.
A3, can't you still take the pawn and attack our pawn and rook?
No, the pawn is defended.
Then we have the other pawn.
The pawn is, but that pawn is also defended.
Give me a sec.
Okay.
Okay. No matter what he does, we could just simply, they're attacking our rook.
Yeah, but the thing is, both pawns are defended. This pawn is defended by that pawn, and that pawn is not acquired. But he's playing so fast.
Unexpected.
Yeah, but it is so fast and such an unexpected move. What does that? Oh, the point that he's making is if the bishop comes here, not necessarily force, he can still play this because he can trade for a bishop. And if the bishop goes there, he can still take there, knight takes, and now knight takes is threatening both there and there. Are you with me, Megan?
Yeah, just let me zoom in the screen quick so I can have a look.
Okay. Let me say
Rook
to you.
A1 I saw in the chat. Rook E1.
Okay, but listen to me. The point of Megan, the point of H6 is to chase the bishop. He can't go here because then knight takes. And if the other knight takes back, that makes this pawn no longer defended. And then we can take here. Bishop can't go here because it makes this. Now, after this take, it allows black to exchange a piece. But the question I have is, what about bishop d2, attacking the knight and taking it out of danger? Why is that not just simply that? I don't know why they say rook e1 in the chat. Okay, Rookie 1.
Bishop there, bishop there, bishop there, bishop there, bishop there.
Okay, Megan. Rookie 1, you can just take. You know what why they say Rookie 1 in the chat? They're just trying to be funny. They are supporting Le Passier and against Mr. Scribbles, and they just want him not to play good moves. That's why they're saying Rookie 1. They are just
what if he's actually watching the stream?
No, he's not allowed to watch the stream. That would be cheating.
Mr. Scribbles, get out the stream if you're watching.
No, he's not allowed to watch. And Mr. Scribbles is actually one of the moderators, or I believe maybe ex-moderators. I'm not sure. One of the moderators at the league. So I don't think he will take a chance and cheat. He won't be cheating.
Do you know who he is?
I do not know him in real life. No. Okay, so what we are saying.
One is a troll move strategy.
Yes, it's a troll.
We are supporting the other person.
Yes, everybody looks like a Look, a lot of people Le Passier. Yeah, a lot of the people are supporting Le Passier. I hope I'm Le Penseur. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. It is French, and I don't know the word. I haven't studied French for a long time. That was a long time ago when I was slightly older than you. Yes, parlez-vous français. Okay, so as we were saying, the only really good move here is Bishop. Yeah, unless there's something else. I can't see anything else. Maybe the chat can help us. Yes. Yes, what is
the chat on yours? I guess you can call B takes H6.
Whoa! But wait a minute, but is that really? That's.
Mamma mia!
But okay, now you must calculate. And he plays instantly. Why is? You know, if
Bishop takes H6, knight takes C2, bishop takes G7, knight takes C1.
A1, bishop takes, and he resigns. Instantly. Okay, I don't know. Look, I'm going to ask Mr. Scribbles if he wants to come in, to come and join as a guest. And we're going to ask him. I don't know why Black was playing so fast.
Like the strat. Seriously, did I mention I'm vegan? Seriously?
Okay, let's just be. Okay, I'm asking. I shouldn't have done it on that screen, but okay. I'm going to ask Mr. Scribbles if he wants to come on stream, and then he can come and have an interview, and we'll discuss the game. Megan, thank you. That was your half an hour. Yes.
I thought. Okay.
Okay.
Go get me a drink.
Yes, and bring me a glass of water.
Drink?
Yes, please bring me a glass of water. Okay, thank you for
Adios,
Megan.
Everyone.
Adios. Bye, Megan.
Leave. Why isn't this thing working?
You just press leave. I'll take your there. She has left. I hope you guys all. Oh, thank you very much. That for the translation of that, and let's just see. Okay, Mr. Scribbles will come but he will not have a camera. I'm going to invite him now. Just give us a moment so I can invite him. And again, I apologize for going to the wrong screen to chat to him. I should do that in private. But as this is our first stream for the league, so we're just waiting for him to join us, and there it should be momentarily, and then I will join him with only audio. He's probably like me. He has a face for radio.
I literally just finished my cup on the way here.
Thank you, Megan.
Hi again.
Okay, bye-bye, Megan. We're waiting for Mr. Scribbles to join us. I don't know why he's not with us yet. I am watching.
Coming.
Okay. Let me just see here. I'm just going to tell him that all he has to do, okay. He says he'll be here within a couple of minutes. I'll just tell him, thanks, we shall wait. Okay, he just probably wasn't ready to come it. He needs it. Yes, we'll hear Mr. Scribble's voice. That is correct, sir. We will hear it. But let's discuss the game then. Well, it looks like Mr. Scribbles really played a good game. After all of that, he did play a good game. Let's just see what my ideas about what the computer thought. Okay, here I was going to be playing Bishop E2. Bishop E2, according to the computer, is the second best move. Bishop C4 is slightly less accurate according to the computer. So that was, in fact, a bit more defensive. And we thought that Queen F6 immediately. But I see the computer does like the D6 that was played. That is quite interesting. Let's see what was wrong with Queen F6. The computer, the engine likes the King G1, which I thought was not the best line for white. But he has to do it. He still has a nice advantage there. Okay, and then after D6, I thought Rook F1. Yes, the computer also agrees that Rook F1 was better than immediate Queen F3, which we saw. Slightly better, not much. And now Queen F6, which was played, the computer actually thinks it was an inaccuracy. Okay, guys, I am still waiting for Mr. Scribbles. He did tell me it will be a few moments. I assume he's just getting his hardware sorted out. I don't know. Computer did not enjoy Queen F6 so much. He thought Bishop E6 was slightly better. Oh, we must look at Knight B5, which was played. Knight B5 is the best move. So Mr. Scribbles finding a very, very nice move there in Knight B5. I must say that was a really good find by him. And then the immediate Queen takes Queen. Remember, it was played immediately, and it was the computer just does not like it. He just simply does not like it. The point being that this and that are too far apart, and that we've got Mr. Scribbles. Let's see. Sorry, guys, hello, Mr. Scribbles, can you hear us?
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome to the stream, and very well done, and a very, very well played game.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm really happy with that game.
I would also be, I've got a few questions which came up in the stream, but before I do that, I just want to apologize for advertising the stream in your channel, which I didn't know I couldn't do. I shall not do so again.
Well, you know, it's not a problem at all. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page about what the channel's for. But you definitely didn't, you didn't trot on any toes or anything like that. So no worries whatsoever.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so my first question is, I saw you played on. Okay, well, what was your overall impression of what happened in this game? Before I ask you specific questions.
Sure, that's a great question. I'm looking at it right now. And I will say, first of all, I did not know my opponent was going to do this. I was expecting 1g6 from them. So we were both going in blind because they normally play 1g6 in response to everything. I was expecting g6, d6, knight f6, knight b, d7, castles from my opponent. So
King's Indian type of system.
I'm like, well, everything, all the prep I've been doing all week goes out the window.
I hate it when it happens. Yes.
So I was like, well, I'll just play something that I don't normally play. So I played the 4 knights instead of my usual Danish gambit, or I tried to play the 4 knights.
Yes, I was about to say it doesn't really turn into the 4 knights because he does on move 3 play bishop c5.
I cannot hear it. Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. Say again.
Yeah, so then he does not go into the 4 knights. He plays bishop c5, which is a well-known inaccuracy, if I can put it that way. I know the computer doesn't think it's really inaccurate, but we know it's not the best.
Right. I had done a little bit of research into my opponent beforehand, and before they started playing G6 all the time, they used to play E5, 1E5.
Okay.
And they would play into the 4 knights, which is
Okay.
E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, knight C3, knight F6. And
okay, maybe I can just show that on the board for everybody. Yes, okay.
Yeah. And what I was hoping is I had a sneaking suspicion they wouldn't play their usual against me. What I was hoping is that they would play they would play 3 knight F6, like you have on the board there. And
Yes.
then I would play knight takes E5.
Oh, okay.
Which
Yes.
as many of your viewers probably know, is the Halloween Gambit, which is the most dubious of dubiousest openings. And I was going to have a great time in the Halloween Gambit. However, you know, the best laid plans of mice and men and all that, he played bishop C5 instead.
Okay, but not just that. You were actually going to play the Halloween Gambit in a matchmaking, a deal breaker game for your team.
I was. It would not have been the first time that I did that either.
Okay, so that was a bit. Okay, then he plays this, and then I don't know if any of the viewers know. I remember a game of Wesley So in the St. Louis tournament about 2 years ago in this position where he also played the bishop c5, and everybody said it was so bad. And he actually, with the black pieces, had to fight very hard for a draw. He actually continued with the normal moves like this. If somebody wants to go look at it, I vaguely remember something like that. I don't know if you were aware of that.
No, I've never watched that game. I don't follow a lot of pro chess.
Okay.
Well, I watch like the World Championship games, but I don't tend to follow, you know, the big tournaments and stuff.
Okay, I see. And then, but were you surprised with bishop f2 check? I don't know.
I was not especially surprised. So I know that bishop c5 is supposed to be an inaccuracy, and I know that after knight takes c5 there, the center fork trick, I know white is supposed to be somewhat better. Looking at my Lichess opening explorer, white wins like 61% after knight takes c5, so that's supposed to be very good. I had looked at bishop takes f2 check before. I know you're supposed to play king takes, and a lot of time black will bring their queen out, and your king ends up on g1, which looks kind of stupid. But the engine and the win rates all say it's really good for white.
I see that. I was actually very surprised about that. Well, I saw the engine now, so I didn't see the win rates because I was surprised about it. I thought I would have played bishop e2, rook f1, and then king g1. And from the black side, I thought I would bring out queen check as soon as possible, exchanging pieces, because what I thought is the spatial advantage is minimized when pieces are exchanged. And I was, Yeah,
I can't comment on that too much because I've never really studied theory. Like I know like a couple of general ideas and a couple of moves. But yeah, after on the position you have on the board there, after queen f6 check, you go king g1.
Yes, I see. I see the computer says that that's correct, and then the Stockfish really likes it for white. I thought, I did. I thought that's what I would have gone for if I was the black player, but I would have tried to avoid this position as a black player to start off with.
Yeah. I know this is good for white. I don't really know. Like, I know there's a special advantage, but beyond that, I wish I could comment more on why it's so good. But I just know it is good.
No, the reason why I thought it was good, and I said it in the stream, is because white's got more space, and he's got the 2 bishops. And I didn't think we want to exchange pieces. That makes the spatial advantage more pronounced, and also the 2 bishops. Okay, there is a so with d6 and queen f6. Yeah, I was surprised with queen f3 immediately. I was expecting rook f1 the whole time. Queen f3 just coming with a threat. What was your plan after queen e7?
My plan was the same thing my plan always is, which is to attack.
Okay.
and I saw that my opponent was behind in development, and I wanted to attack.
So, yes.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, go on. Yes, go on. I'm listening.
And Rook F1 seemed like a viable move. I never even really considered it.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you why. Well, actually, I can tell you why. Is because I played this game like a Halloween Gambit game. Halloween Gambit, again, being the knight takes e5 in the 4 knights that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, the knight takes e5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you came into the game thinking you're going to play a Halloween Gambit, you're going to play Gambit style, very aggressive, and you just kept on with that mindset, and that pressure helped you win the game.
Yep, and I didn't even realize this. A lot of the moves that I played were thematic Halloween Gambit moves. For instance, Queen F3 there, and also Knight B5, which comes up in a couple of moves here, I think.
That's coming up now.
Yeah, that is like the Halloween Gambit move.
Well, I must tell you that
variations.
That move actually came. I didn't see that move in the stream, and it came up, and it is so powerful. And I really think it shocked your opponent, and he instantly played Queen takes Queen, which was a clear blunder. But he just don't like it, and thereafter he was fighting for survival.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking at the computer, and I didn't think it was that good. Like I thought after King D8, they were somewhat worse, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, of course, King D7 blocking his bishop. I thought King D8 as well. And then you took the free pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people, and me included, and my daughter was on stream, and she also thought immediately D5, which I see is the third best move according to a computer. Did you consider D5?
D5. And which move number? Let's see.
And now, where we are now, can you see the stream? You should see the stream. Oh, you don't have. Oh, you do see the stream. I thought if you don't have a camera. So if we play D5 now, we have a threat of Bishop E6 check. So did you consider D5 or not?
Oh, I think I did consider D5 at a couple of points. I'm looking at it now. It does look quite good. My plan, what I really wanted to do, I really, really, really wanted to win that rook. I really wanted that rook.
Well,
which again,
the rook on that.
Go ahead.
Sorry, the rook on A8.
The rook on A8, yeah. Which again, and I wasn't even thinking about this really during the game. Which again is a Halloween Gambit. I'll reveal something to you know that a few people in the league know, but you may not. Is I love the Halloween Gambit. I play it in league games. I play it in like over the board, like long time control tournament games. I have no reservations about the Halloween Gambit, and I have somewhat extensive preparation in it. Now we don't have to talk about what my win rate is. But we don't need to go into specifics.
It's like my son and his Traxler he plays the Traxler for black, and you cannot for all the money in China you cannot get him to stop playing it. And you know what the worst is? He had a game. My son is rated about the same as you, maybe slightly higher. And he played against one of the highest, we in South Africa, he played against, he's now coached the highest rated player in South Africa, I am, and he was actually winning, out of the opening against him. So now that same coach is trying to get him to stop playing it. It's kind of a bit of a problem.
It's just too much fun. I just can't stop. It's just too much fun.
And I guess in the end we must play chess to have fun. That's true. I must just say, when my daughter was on stream, she came in this position, and immediately what she saw was this rook on A8, on H8, and she just said, "Oh, that poor rook." That was her first comment. That rook, and then of course I see that the engine immediately goes up. I like bringing out, giving the option of exchanging pieces. Okay, and now the next move we have to mention is this. What a move, mister. But it comes with a question. What were you going to do against King C6?
I did not realize that was a legal move. That is what I was going to say against QC.
Okay, so to all the streamers, this is to everybody watching the stream. This is just like a political questionnaire, asking all the difficult questions.
Yeah. That's really funny. Now that I look at it, how is that not a blunder then? My
No,
bishop
it's
e6?
actually it is not a blunder. You can still exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still exchange, and like I always teach my students, you can go for less pieces, less worries. So it's luckily not a blunder. What would be a blunder is d5. That would be a blunder because the knight is hanging.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so that would be a blunder.
Oh, it is clear what I wanted to do with 13 bishop e6, right? I wanted to him to take the bishop and then fork. Yeah.
Fork. I'll tell you, my daughter on stream almost jumped up and, oh, there's a fork, there's a fork. Everybody thought it was very funny to see that. It was really an exciting move to see. Okay, but and he does not take, and you do exchange less pieces. The knight came back. Yeah, I did not like knight e2. I thought, and I thought just coming out with the rook to d1, protecting the pawn. The knight is well placed there. The point of knight b4 is you can defend laterally.
Mm. You know,
yes.
I retrospectively, I do not like knight e2, or I do not like knight e2 either. I underestimated the potency of 16 knight b4 from my opponent.
Yes, but
I thought I could just play c3, but then he has knight d3 check.
No.
Why do you play so fast?
No, that wasn't him. This is my daughter who was in the screen at the time.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hello. So she asking, but it wasn't Mr. Scribbles who played so fast. It was the other player. Yes, at this stage, and she brings up that point. The other player was playing extremely fast. He was playing almost blitzing it out. What were you thinking?
Well, I'm looking back. Was he going so fast?
Yes,
I'm on move 7 now, and I have 45 minutes. He has 38.
No, but I mean the move times went down from move 12, and thereafter these move times. Okay, he had a few moves. Actually, move 16 is 12 seconds, 32 seconds, and 14 seconds, which in this league is very fast.
Yeah, you're right. I see that now. I hadn't even really noticed that during the game.
Didn't you?
That's actually kind of funny because in the league, I love to spectate games. Like when I'm, just on a Saturday night, just hanging out in my house, I'll bring up all the league games from the TV link and just open them in different tabs and just watch them. And my favorite thing to do is make fun of people who move really fast. Go ahead.
I think this game would have definitely lasted longer and would have been much more closer if your opponent just took a few, especially like that queen takes queen move and some other, and maybe knight b4 as well moves. If he had just taken his time a little bit more before playing, you would have found some slightly better moves.
Yeah, you would hope. Or or I shouldn't say that. I should say, it's hard to say what would have happened, but yeah, there were some inaccuracies there. Yeah,
I must say this a3 was a very good find by you again.
Thank you.
I didn't see it. Neither I nor my daughter saw it, but the chat did give it to us. I don't know where they got it from. I did show it to us, and obviously we all saw that the knight gets trapped. But then he comes up with this nice move, which means your bishop can't go here because then he wins the pawn back. Your bishop comes back because then he wins the pawn. I thought bishop comes back here. And then, okay, the computer also agrees with me with the bishop here, but the computer says that even bishop takes is fine. And he took and then just suddenly resigned. I can see his evaluation is quite, well, actually about the same as it's been for a few moves now. I don't know why he resigned. Were you also quite surprised? Yes.
I was surprised. I kind of know, I think I understand what they were feeling, that, the black is much worse, and like, I feel like they probably just didn't want to grind this out for another 20 moves and then lose, them losing is not guaranteed, but assuming I don't make some sort of horrific blunder, it seems at least a more likely result, if not guaranteed. It's certainly not guaranteed, but at least more likely.
Yeah. Well,
and they were probably like, I don't want to do this for another hour,
To tell you the truth, if I was his opponent, this is the exact position he wants, because this is the kind of position where I make those one move blunders and just I'd be the one that moves my king here right now.
If I were him, looking from the black perspective here, after 17h6, I'm thinking, okay, I'm in trouble, but I want to play king d7 and get my rooks on the f file and go after that f pawn. And I'm like, if that doesn't work, then maybe I'll resign. But that's like my one thing I have left to try,
Unless you're playing against me, then you would just move your pieces and wait for the blunder, which is inevitable. Yeah. So that is my personal problem, and that is why I like my daughter and my students. And I think anybody watching who is a student or does have students, I find the first and most important lesson to teach kids, especially kids, is never resign. Never ever resign. Play until mate. And I know my son, for instance, he is very bad at that. As soon as he's a pawn down, he just gives up and resigns. My daughter, on the other hand, you must see she's a queen down, keeps on playing, and she still managed to win the game. So never resign. Never give up.
Yeah, I don't like to resign in league games either.
Yes. Well, I teach my students in any game, never resign. You never know, your opponent might just make that one move blunder.
Yeah. I want to say a little bit about myself and the way that I play. I like to play gambits. I pretty much always play gambits.
Yes.
So this game was not a gambit game, but I felt very at home in the attack, so to speak. Although I wish I got my Halloween gambit. We would be having. I'm having a lot of fun right now, but we would be even having more fun in this interview talking about it if I had played the Halloween gambit, even if I'd lost.
Okay, you like the excitement. Do you also do you play the Smith Moro against the Sicilian then?
I do. How did you know?
I don't know. It just kind of comes naturally. If you play the Halloween gambit, then playing a little bit more sedate Smith Moro will come naturally to you. I do want to say to you and your team, congratulations for winning this week. Did you guys win last week?
We tied last week.
Okay, so you are
even an improvement.
Okay, so you are one tie and one win. So that's still definitely solidly in the running for the trophy case in the end of the league. It's still a long way to go, but it's in the running, eh?
Yeah. And I want to thank you for this interview. You asked great questions. This is a very engaging and fun conversation.
I appreciate that you enjoyed it. Is there? I know there's quite a few of your teammates sitting. Is there maybe something you want to say to them?
Yeah, I have a fantastic team this season. The mostly people that I know and some people that I don't know, and they're all great. They're all very supportive. So thank you to my team. Thank you for coming to watch. Okay, yes, they were so a lot of support. Yes, and I also want to say thank you to everybody who was watch. I'm going to go and find the next game now. I don't know if you want to stay and then look at the next game, or whether you want to. Whether you want to leave at the moment. Do you mean like commentate for a little bit? Is that what you're saying? That's what I want. I'm leaving fairly soon, but maybe we'll take a peek and we'll talk about the game for a couple minutes, and I'll head out. Okay. I had a few games which I had prepped for today. Your game being, as I told you earlier, being the main game, and I just want to see what are the other games that is being played. If you give me a moment, there is okay. Oh yes, I'm going to put it up now. There's another game where the two teams are, and I'm going to put it up in the stream right now,
where the two teams are also joined at 4.5.
Ooh.
And what just happened? Okay. Sorry, what just happened? I just lost.
Oh no.
Oh no, what just happened? Okay, excuse me, just bear with me for a moment. I did go for the wrong.
It's all good,
Okay.
No problem.
I apologize to everybody. Let's just see if it will work. Okay, guys, I've got some technical. Let's just see if this comes up now. I've got some technical problems. I will set up the stream again, and then I will come back to you guys, and then we'll go to the next game. Thank you for having me, Mr. Scribbles. If I'm going to set up the game of Dave and Jarsberg and they are playing on behalf of the team. I will set it up and I will come back. I clicked the wrong stream, and I will come back to you guys in a few minutes. No problem. Thank you very much, guys. Just bear with me for a moment. Okay, so just